Thank you, Anupama ji. You are being more than generous, but I believe it's an emotional moment for you. It's a dream you always had. It's something you have shared with me for several months now. And I must congratulate you for this outstanding portal, this wonderful website full of news, full of information that you have launched today. And my best wishes for its continued success in the years to come. इनफैक्ट वैसे मैं थोड़ा नाराज भी हूँ आपसे और रिग्रेट कर रहा हूँ मैं क्यों आया हूँ क्योंकि आपने अभी अभी कहा वी मे नॉट बी द बेस्ट मैं तो सोच के आया था कि मैं तो बेस्ट वेबसाइट लॉन्च करने आ रहा हूँ और लाइफ का पहला लेसन पहला असूल ये है सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस योर डिटर्मिनेशन हैज टू बी नथिंग बट द बेस्ट एंड आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट you have to aspire for. That is what the people of India expect from all of us. Whether it is Mr. Roy doing infrastructure all across the country, building roads, building power plants, Vinayak, in a manner of speaking, being a leading light who has brought energy into the infrastructure sector as a whole. Truly somebody I've looked up to. I've known him now for what, over 20 years, Vinayak? And his tweets on in Indian Express, I keep watching regularly to see kitna abhi mere bare mein kya gadbad aa gaya hai. No, please don't be careful. I love criticism. I love to know where I'm going wrong, as long as it's based on fact, of course. That I think many journalists here are well aware of. I do appreciate and like to know where we are going wrong, based on facts and data points. But thank you to all the esteemed panelists and all my colleagues who are here today for encouraging a young startup, somebody who's very passionate about her work, somebody who's doing it not as a job. I promise you, Anupama ji can earn much more money, whether in a job as a journalist, as a freelancer, offering her writings to different publications, offering her knowledge to corporates who could use that for enhancing their future plans in the sector. But truly it calls for an entrepreneurial spirit, the dynamism of a passionate person wanting to make a difference to the energy sector to prepare this website. She's worked on it, I know, for several months and has fine-tuned it over the months. Though, of course, I think you must mention and confirm to everybody, the few slides shown over there had an overdose of me, but that was a selective pick and choose of whenever she might have reported me. So she's reporting on every aspect of infrastructure, the oil and gas sector, the railways, roads and ports. She has a finger in every pie, if I may say, of infrastructure. But what she showed there was only some hand-picked items, maybe to make me feel good that and not regret having come here. But I'm glad that we are going to have a new website rise on the horizon. More so because there are several times when I've been agitated, I can say, or concerned, I may say, about the fact that while a lot of naysayers, a lot of criticism, a lot of people very pessimistic about the future, about everything that goes on, I think the people are also looking for good news. The people are also looking for a more balanced piece of news. People also want to know what really happened, rather than a prejudice or a jaundiced view based on each writer's own likes or dislikes. And I'm gradually getting very concerned. And maybe I'm equally to blame, equally a part of the system to blame, that all of us are getting very jaundiced in our opinion of things. We all have our own opinion. In that opinion, there's very little space for dissent and debate. And very often, instead of conveying a reality or conveying a matter of fact, we would only be happy if we are able to convey it the way we want to see it, the way we want the others to see it, with with the color coating of our own views in the matter, not necessarily only the news in the matter. And I spoke about it at the Red Ink Awards recently in Mumbai. I don't know whether it was the right thing to do or no when we are felicitating all the journalists, and I land up there only to give an updesh or a lecture to the journalists, and they don't like that more often than not. They usually like to be on the giving side of it. They like to lecture us. They can't easily expect it on the other way around. But I genuinely believe the days and times call for a new breed of journalism and excellence in journalism, which certainly is critical when the need arises, which certainly is very hard-hitting to stop a wrong from happening, but which also encourages good work, which is also willing to tell Saurabh Kumar that if your company has grown only by 150 times, that's 15,000% growth in 2 years. It's something this nation acknowledges and appreciates. It's something we, the people of India, are delighted about, that a government company can give such transformational results. And I think that sort of encouragement, that sort of acknowledgement of good work sometimes can go a long way to encourage even better work in the years to come. A lot of my colleagues are on the receiving end of a lot of flack from me. I don't know how much of it is known publicly, how much they criticize me and curse me when I'm not in the room, I'm sure, and very rightly so. I'm sure Ratin has cursed me, Shailendra Roy has cursed me for all that I've possibly said to them on many occasions. I could sometimes be possibly quite tough or rude or aggressive. Anyway, today I can't be aggressive. This is the 10th speech I'm giving in the last about 36 hours. So my throat is completely gone by now. But clearly, there's never any malice in what I say. There's never any personal agenda that I'm trying to further. It's only the deep anguish that our nation doesn't have the luxury of time. Our people cannot wait any longer. We have to deliver extraordinary results. We have to meet the aspirations of the people of India. We have to meet it fast. We have to take power to every village, to every home, to those distant hamlets. We have to ensure that a child in a rural, remote village gets 24 hours power which his family can afford in these trying times, power which encourages him or allows him to compete with the rest of the world on equal terms, power, and in some sense, energy brings that power for him to be digitally connected, for him to enjoy the fruits of new technology, for him to be able to access knowledge, be it through the internet, be it through television, for him to be abreast with what's happening in the world. And for all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it's 7 decades since independence. We in this room have been blessed, we have been privileged. Now it's our turn to give back. It's our responsibility to give back. And while we are doing that, be it the public sector undertakings, be it the private sector companies playing their important role in the development of the nation, be it the media playing an extremely important role to monitor our work, monitor the work of government, of companies, corporates, hold us accountable to our promises, hold us accountable for the work we do. After all, if we give LED bulbs and they keep bursting away or going off very frequently or abnormally, then obviously the press will write about it and will have to criticize it. They will have to hold me accountable, and along with me, my entire team will have to work overtime day in and day out to set things right. But whether that has to be with malice or whether that has to be with an objective to set things right, to give an opportunity to improve things, no man is perfect, clearly. But if there is a bona fide mistake, I am the last fellow to take up cudgels against any of the people who work for me. I may be demanding in the expectations, and more so because I have to meet the expectations of the people from all of us. But at the same time, I'm quite open to learning from you. After all, Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, Uday, has had a role of each one of the gentlemen on this dais today, has had a significant impact of whatever each one of you have taught us, have given us a feedback. And it could be the feedback of the most commonest of persons. It could be the feedback of possibly even somebody who may be just a driver in the organization or a person who cleans the offices in the organization. And I promise you, by now I think it should be about 2,000 engagements that I would have had in the last 2 years. I have yet to come across a single engagement where I was not enlightened, where I did not benefit from some knowledge that came out of that program. It could be a small one-on-one interaction. It could be a program like I did in Kota with 10,000 people in front of me. There's always something to learn. There's always something to take back. There's always something you observe in any setting which gives you an idea. It could be as simple as it happened yesterday, no, not even yesterday, this morning at NTPC Anta gas-based power plant, where the wick would go off because the air conditioner blast was so strong. Or on many occasions when we are lighting a lamp, people don't put camphor on it. Now if you don't put camphor on it and you just dip it in oil and put it up there, it takes far longer to burn. And then there is always the risk of it going off. So what the size of the wick should be, how should one set up the lamp, where one should set up the lamp in any setting, does that place have enough room for all the people on the stage to converge so the photographer can take it right. I'm just trying to give a simple small example to reflect how everywhere you learn something. After all, I didn't come with the knowledge that camphor helps to light the lamp more properly. I learned it somewhere along the line in some such program. I think times are changing fast. Technologies are overtaking the work that each one of us is doing. And in this day of technology, in this day and age of emerging ways of doing business, emerging ways of conveying news, it's very, very happy occasion for all of us in this room that Anupama Airiji, with her 23 years in this field, her many, many years supporting the energy sector with her thoughts, with her articles, with her own investigative reporting, some of which I've been on the receiving end of over the last 2 years, and the effort that she puts into researching every single piece, going into the detail, will be something with which this new website will significantly benefit. And all of us in the business of infrastructure, I hope, will continue to bear fruit, enjoy the benefits of this new website that we have launched today, EnergyInfraPost.com. Now, while the focus I can see from this will be on energy, but I think infrastructure as a whole has a lot of close synergies with each other. After all, unless there's economic growth, which will come out of an expanding infrastructure sector, we won't be able to sell our energy that we produce. I don't wish to be keeping on tom-tomming that we are an energy surplus, coal surplus country for too long. I want to reignite the investment cycle in the power sector, for which we need to increase the demand in the power sector. And my entire focus these days is to see which are the new areas from which demand can be encouraged. Which are the areas by which we can make sure that a lot of the latent demand, which is not being met today, can also be serviced by all of us in this room. So in some sense, Anupama ji, you, your colleagues, other media friends who are here to support you in this, at this launch, everybody has to work together in that team spirit of looking to give our people a brighter future, an energized future, an empowered future. And I'm sure EnergyInfraPost.com will become a platform in the days and months and years to come to bring in all sorts of news, the good news and the bad news, provide a platform also to encourage some good things that are happening, not get bogged down only by sensationalism, but also recognize rapid strides that are happening in the economy, while at the same time monitoring the work of the infrastructure sector to ensure proper quality, proper timelines being met, responsibilities being fulfilled. And I have no doubt in my mind that going forward, this website will continue to provide service not only to all of us in this sector, but to the people of India. Will take the message of all the work that's happening to the people, will help people connect with the government, will help people connect with industry on different fora, through different engagements, through different discussions. It could possibly have feedback mechanisms. That's the power of technology that we need to leverage. It could have an ideation laboratory within the website. A lot of possibilities open up once you create a powerful platform such as this. My best wishes for your continued success and growth, and I wish all of you very well in this new journey that you are embarking on today. I am sure it's a good day. It's Maharana Pratap's Jayanti, and only yesterday we celebrated Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's coronation, 1674 or thereabouts, when Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was coronated on 6th of June. And an auspicious period also because my birthday is going to come up very soon. If at all that's auspicious. For me at least it is. And I'm sure going forward, you will help us do a better job in the service of the people of India. My best wishes to you. Thank you.